You ever heard of someone just vanishing? I don't mean running off or going quiet for a bit. I mean really vanishing. 1 minute they're there, talking, laughing, heading home in the lashing rain, and the next, gone. No struggle, no mess, no goodbye. Well, that's what happened to Trevor Deely, a 22-year-old lad from Ireland. Nearly 24 years on, not a soul knows where he went. No body, no clues, nothing. And the strangest part, he didn't vanish in some backcountry lane or deep woods. He vanished in Dublin city centre. CCTV cameras, people nearby, police just streets away. Still nothing. Trevor was born in 1978, youngest of 4, raised in Nass County, Kildare. Had 2 sisters, Michelle and Pamela, and a brother, Mark. Just a regular lad, quiet, smart, bit of a techhead really. Went to college, dropped out the second year, but he cracked on with a computer course and landed a job at the Bank of Ireland in Dublin. Now, just a couple of weeks before he went missing, Trevor took a trip. Bit of a mad one really. He jetted off to Alaska, of all places. Free flight, mate of his worked at Aer Lingus. Went to see a girl he'd met over the summer. Took 2 planes to get there, all the way from Dublin to Anchorage. Bold for someone only 22 years old. He travelled alone. He had, on all accounts, an amazing time and got back safe. Then came Thursday the 7th of December 2000. Christmas party night. They started off in Copperface Jack's, then on to the Hilton Hotel, then wrapped up at a nightclub, Buck Whaley's, just off Leeson Street. Trevor wasn't a massive drinker, but he was sociable enough. Around 3:25 in the morning, he called it a night and started to walk home. Now, keeping in mind there was a storm blowing, a gale that night with winds up to 70 miles per hour. No taxis either. Drivers were on strike. He set off on foot, in that weather, in the middle of the night. Around 3:35 a.m, Trevor walks to his office, his workplace. Bit strange, isn't it? You're on your way home, it's late, and you decide to swing by work. But he did anyway. Buzzed the night guard, got let in, said he needed to sort a few things out and grab his umbrella. While he's there, he chats to a colleague who's on the night shift, makes a cup of tea, checks his emails, and scribbles a few notes for the next day. But here's where things get strange. CCTV catches Trevor outside the gate, talking to someone, a man, dressed head to toe in black, hood up, face hidden. Now get this, that man had been stood outside the building for half an hour, just waiting, no obvious reason, didn't look drunk, didn't try to get in, just loitering. And when Trevor showed up, they spoke. Trevor heads inside. 2 minutes later, 2 more men appear at the gate, but they were cleared. They turned out to be colleagues. But that hooded man, he was never identified and never traced. And by the time Trevor leaves the office at 4:03 a.m, he's gone. Now, Trevor walks on, still raining, still dark, but he's moving with purpose. At 4:14 a.m, another camera outside AIB Bank and Haddington Road catches him walking past. That's the last confirmed footage of him being alive. 30 seconds later, that same CCTV catches a man in black walking in the same direction. Looked a lot like the fella from earlier. However, police ruled him out and said it was someone else. And after that footage, it's like Trevor walked into fog, not seen, not heard from, ever again. So, Friday morning comes. Trevor doesn't show up to work. Now, no one's panicking yet. Just yet. I mean, it was a work do the night before. Most people probably thought he was staying in bed and sleeping off the night. His flatmates were away that weekend too, so no one really clocked he was missing. It weren't till Monday, when he still didn't turn up at the office, that people started to think, hang on a minute, this isn't right. His colleagues got in touch with his family, and after asking around, no one had seen him. No one had spoken to him, so they rang the police. Trevor was now officially a missing person. Trevor's sister, over that weekend, she tried calling him a few times. His phone rang. It didn't go to voicemail straight away. It rang out. Now what does that tell us? Could it mean it was on, at least for a while? Could it mean it was still somewhere near the city, maybe even near him? But no answer, no callback. His best mate Glenn, the one who got him the flight to Alaska, he got a voicemail from Trevor around 4 a.m, just after he left work. Sounded normal enough. Hi Glenn, missed you there, just on my way home. All going good. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Just like that. Problem is, Glenn didn't think anything about it at the time and deleted the message. And the police, they never retrieved it. Gone forever. Trevor's family, fair play to him, they hit the ground running. Hundreds of posters went up, leaflets printed, handed out, stuck to windows. They knocked on doors, spoke to shopkeepers, begged the police for CCTV footage. One detective said he'd never seen a family so proactive. They weren't just sitting around hoping, they were out there, in the streets, rain or shine. But here's where they hit the wall, and a bloody big one. That weekend, the whole area where Trevor vanished was scrubbed clean. Streets washed down, pavements jet sprayed, any scrap of potential evidence wiped. Why, you might say? Because Bill Clinton was due in town on the 12th. The president, big visit, big cleanup. And just like that, whatever might have been left behind, a dropped item, a scuffle mark, anything, gone. And remember that girl in Alaska? Irish police flew out there, spoke to her. Even Trevor's sisters made the journey. But again, it led nowhere. No leads, no fresh info. Years passed, appeals made, birthdays missed, hope stretched thin. Then in 2016, nearly 16 years later, the case was officially reopened. Police went back to the footage, gave it a digital overhaul, and noticed something new. That man in black, the one stood outside Trevor's office, they reckon he was the same bloke caught on CCTV behind Trevor at Haddington Road. Or so they thought. A reward of €100,000 was offered. People started coming forward. Tips, whispers, names. One informant pointed police to a bit of land in Chapelzod, a quiet patch near the river about 8 kilometres where Trevor was last seen. Said Trevor had been killed completely at random by a gangster from Crumlin. A total stranger, no connection, no reason. Just wrong place, wrong time, and the wrong man to bump into that night. Sounded grim, sounded plausible. So they searched, dug up 3 acres of ground. They even found a gun and a stash of drugs, but nothing to do with Trevor. The site, just a hideout, a criminal dump zone, and once again, another door closed. Now, for years, everyone assumed Trevor was walking home alone, but was he? Trevor lived in Ballsbridge, a bit of a walk from where he worked, but Haddington Road, where that last CCTV caught him, doesn't actually lead home. If he wanted the quickest route, he'd have taken a left earlier on, but he didn't. He carried on, straight past it. So what was he doing? Was he heading somewhere else? Some say he was off to see someone, perhaps a girl. Maybe someone he'd been texting, someone he didn't want the world to know. Others reckon he might have been followed and didn't clock it. Maybe that man outside the office wasn't just a loiterer. Maybe he was waiting for Trevor. Here's another odd bit. Why stop at the office at all? it was chucking it down. He said he went in to grab his umbrella, but who actually does that at 3:30 in the morning after a night out? There was no mental health conditions, no signs he was struggling. But sometimes you don't see it, do you? Even close friends miss the signs. Still, the voicemail to Glenn, cheery, upbeat, doesn't sound like a lad about to leg it. Could he have fallen into the canal? Maybe, but they drained it, searched it, sent divers down, not a trace. You look at it all together, the man in black, the late night detour, the strange office stop, the route that didn't lead home, and suddenly this isn't just a missing person case, it's a puzzle with a corner piece gone. One lead detective said they were never quite sure about what they were investigating. Was it a crime, an accident, or something entirely different? Trevor's family never stopped looking, never stopped asking. Every year they light candles, hold vigils, keep his memory alive. And you know what gets me? It's not that it just vanished, it's how quietly it happened. No witnesses, no noise, no answers. Just one lad walking home in the rain and disappearing like smoke. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed my video. Make sure to leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.